You see, today we are going to talk about Prahar Samachar Kriti Sanstha. That is my organization. The organization which was the brainchild of late Colonel Sunil Deshpande, VSM. That is my father. And this organization was established on 9th January 1994. I'll tell you the background of this basic the the reason why this organization has come up. You see, my father, late Colonel Sunil Deshpande, was commissioned in the Indian Army in 1964, and he had the privilege of fighting the 1965 Indo-Pak War, and he also had the privilege of fighting the 1971 Indo-Pak War. And later on, he was posted in the thick jungles of Manipur and Mizoram, and uh, where he commanded his battalion, that is Second Maratha Kali Patwi, and where his unit was successful in apprehending 76 insurgents, for which he was awarded the Vishishta Seva Medal at the hands of the then president. Later on, he was posted to Belgaum, and there in Belgaum, he happened to meet Sri Nana Patekar, the ace actor and director. And Mr. Nana Patekar, in fact, wanted to make a movie. And he wanted to make a movie which was different from all the commercial Bollywood movies, which was थोड़ा सा हटके, जिसमें से उन्हें कुछ मैसेज देना था to the audience and to the people who would come to watch this movie. Though he wanted to keep it on the base of the commercial movie, because he wanted to give a commercial touch as well, so that the movie should become a hit. And also he wanted to give some message through every scene, through every dialogue of the movie, so that the audience, when the audience watches the movie, they are forced to think that are we really like this, and if yes we are, we need to change ourselves. uh, so Mr. Nana Patekar, he met my father, and he told the entire script of the movie, and he said this is the basic story, and the story of the, or rather, the crux of the movie was that he wanted to show how a soldier or an officer gets commando training in the army's commando training school, and that officer or that soldier, when he gets the most lethal training of becoming a Ghatak commando in the army, when he comes into the society, वो जब समाज में आता है, जब देखता है कि समाज में इतनी सारी बुराइयां हैं, जब समाज में लोग एक दूसरे के खून के प्यासे हैं, लोग स्वार्थी हो गए हैं, यहाँ पर छेड़खानी जैसी हरकतें होती हैं, बलात्कार जैसी घटनाएं घटती हैं, और जब ये देखा जाता है कि हम सिर्फ मैं, मेरा परिवार, मेरे बच्चे यहीं तक सीमित रह गए हैं, we don't think anything beyond these barriers. We don't think about the country, we don't think about the development, we don't think about people as a whole. And when he comes into this circle and sees that there are these vices in the society, how does a soldier react? Because a soldier is taught that he should fight anything that is wrong. And when you fight anything that is wrong, you fight it to root it out totally, ताकि उसको पूरी तरह से जड़ से उखाड़ दे. So you see, Arjun, the script, the idea of the movie was loved by my father very much, and they started working on the script. Now, when they were working on the script, their intention was, through every dialogue, through every scene in the movie, it should hit the audience. It should hit the audience somewhere here, and the audience should get a real picture of how we are, and the very fact that we need to change. The first part till the interval is the entire military part, and which shows the commando training, जिसका पूरा शूटिंग का जो ट्रेनिंग दिया हुआ है, मिलिट्री डायरेक्शन जो है वो पूरा मेरे पिताजी ने दिया हुआ है, स्वर्गीय कर्नल सुनील देशपांडे इन्होंने, द एंटायर मिलिट्री पार्ट, एंड दैट इज वाई दिस एंटायर मिलिट्री पार्ट is absolutely perfect as far as the military aspects are concerned. There are no faults in this interval part. Then when this soldier, or rather this commando instructor, who's Major Vijay Chauhan, that is Nana Patekar, he goes to Mumbai and sees what is going on in Mumbai. Then the second part of the movie begins. Now if you talk about the first part of the movie, in the first part of the movie, it is very clearly shown the kind of training that a commando gets. Now, if you look at it through a layman's angle, a layman will feel that it is but natural for a Fauji to get this kind of training, because Faujis really have to be physically tough and mentally robust, and they have to be at the borders, they have to fight the enemy, and they have a real tough job to do, and that is why there is this tough training. But then behind every training, there is some kind of message that the soldier or the officer should get, or the commando should get. Now, the beauty of this commando course is here, nobody is called with their ranks, everybody is a commando. And the commandos, they work in buddy pairs. That is, they always have somebody with them. So they always work in buddy pairs. Now, when they work in buddy pairs, this means that you are responsible for somebody and that somebody is responsible for you. And the affiliation grows, or the affection towards each other grows. This is how in the forces we are taught camaraderie or brotherhood. Then, from every scene, there is some kind of learning that is there. Like in the first scene, when these people are approaching towards the commando training, everybody knows this is the most lethal training, this is the most toughest training, where we are hardly going to get any sleep, we are hardly going to get any food, and we are hardly going to get to enjoy. And this training is something that is really going to chisel it out and make us into tough soldiers. In spite of this, the first scene of the movie is shown where these commandos are sitting in a vehicle and they are singing songs and tapping their feet, and they are heading towards the commando infantry school, where there is this commando training going on. Sorry, not infantry school, the JL wing, where they are heading towards this commando training center. The second scene, where the moment they go into the barracks and they are told that they are supposed to have a haircut. Now, why is a haircut very compulsory in the forces? And especially in that commando training, they completely make you bald. They are absolutely, your head is shaven off. There's no hair on your head. But there's a special reason for it. You see, every boy or a girl, or every man or a woman is very, very emotional about his or her hair and his or her hairstyle. Before we go out, our hair is the first thing that we do. We first do this and then go out. Irrespective of how our face is, whether we polish our face or not, or whether we wash our face or not. That's the first thing that we do. We are very sensitive about our hair. We are very emotional about our hair. So, that's the first lesson, that if you want to become a lethal commando, you should come out of all emotions. And you should absolutely get the training where you have to be ruthless as far as the enemy is concerned. And this enemy is underlined, okay? Because a commando operates only against the enemy, only against the terrorist, only against a person who is against my country. And you have to be this kind of a person. A very wonderful definition of a commando is Daya Rahit, Bhaya Rahit, Paschatap Rahit. Without pity, without fear, and without remorse is a commando. Then there's this scene where when these people are getting their heads shaven. Uh, one of the soldiers, he comes and says, commandos, आपको कल सुबह 4 बजे fall in. Now, सुबह 4 बजे fall in. This means that they have to get up somewhere around 3:15, 3:30, finish off their morning rituals, and then get ready, wear their uniforms, and get fallen at 4 o'clock. Getting up at 3:30 or 3:15. That is, you need to control your sleep. That's the next biggest lesson. You see, we in Prahar Samaj Jagruti Sanstha, when we take residential camps of the children, summer camps, we keep their time of wake up at 4:30 to 4:45. And there is a reason. The reason is, and the same is followed in defense forces, the reason is, a person who learns to conquer his sleep conquers everything in this world. And he can achieve anything in this world. And this is actually true. Actually true.
Yeah.
And even in the academies, Arjun, we are taught to get up early in the morning. Then you have the next scene where the entire commando training begins and Nana Patekar comes and introduces himself, and the way Nana Patekar conducts himself in front of these commandos is very, very rude, and these commandos have an impression that he's so rude and he's so lethal, he's so straightforward. He doesn't think twice before giving a command. Then their obstacle training is shown. Then their training is shown, their entire training is shown. In the obstacle training also, there are many obstacles, which these commandos, they are doing it since morning, after their morning PT, their morning running and everything like that. So they are tired, and then comes the time of their obstacles. So they are dead tired. So some of the obstacles, they try to skip. There is one obstacle, if you watch that movie, Arjun, you will see there is a Kathin Chadhai, where there is a big ladder-like structure, and these commandos have to climb that ladder from this end, and they have to come down from the other end. So one of the commando does it, then the other commando, he looks here and there, understands that nobody is watching, and then skips at least 2 steps of it, and then comes from between. Then the third one, then he skips 3 steps and comes from between. So these 2 of them, they do this. After the entire obstacles is over, they are standing there and waiting for Nana Patekar to come. And when Major Bijay Chauhan comes in, he says, obstacles sab theek tarike se hue? Everybody says, yes sir. Koi kathin, koi problem? Nahi sir. Koi dikkat? Nahi sir. Thodi si hai. He understands, he sees. Here also there's a beautiful lesson. That look at a soldier's vigilant eye. When he had so many commandos to train, he had an eye on every commando who was doing the obstacle course at the same time. And he saw that these 2 commandos, they skipped this obstacle. And he says, thodi si hai. So he asked those 2 people to fall out. And he says, thodi si hai problem? Nahi sir, nahi sir. Their voice mellows down. Hai, thodi si. Kathin chadhai mein thodi dikkat hai. And then both of them, they keep mum. And then he gives him punishment. This again is a big lesson for all of us. That these people took shortcut and they tried to do the obstacle in a shortcut manner. There's a big lesson for us. Never take shortcuts in life. See, one should never try to earn fast money and do corruption. Corruption is a big, big vice in our society which is eating our society alive. So never take shortcuts in life. Big lesson for us. All these things are taught to us in the forces, are taught to a soldier in the forces. And so on and so forth, and the entire commando course. In every scene of the commando training, there is some or the other lesson which is shown, which is given. A beautiful lesson again is given when these people have to do the confidence jump. The confidence jump is the obstacle where in Lido tank, that is a huge tank, there are these tall towers. One has to climb the tower, walk over that tower, climb 3 steps, and when you walk and when you climb the 3 steps, walk down the 3 steps, the entire thing is moving down. When you look, it's water, it's 40 feet below. The height of the tower is 40 feet, plus the water is so deep. So the entire structure is very, very scary. And then you have to do monkey crawl on a tied rope, which is tied across to a tower, another tower, and you have to come in between. You have to leave your both the feet, you have to hold the rope, and then you have to jump into the water shouting commando. During this particular confidence jump, Peter D'Souza is absolutely unable to do it, and he comes out and he's tired of it. And there are many funny scenes as well in this movie, that after a whole day's routine, all of these commandos are sleeping as they entered, and there is a song, haal kaisa hai janab ka, kya khayal hai aapka, and one of them has a cigarette. Cigarette smoking is injurious to health, please don't smoke cigarette. But then it was just shown in the movie that this is the situation of these commandos, how tired they are. The cigarette falls on the ground, and he gets scared suddenly what has happened. And then there's this one scene where this Khan is sleeping, and there is a fly which is sitting on his nose. So he calls out to Peter. He says, Peter, mere naak pe makhi baithi, use uda de yaar. So Peter says, Peter is lying down on his bed, and Peter says from there, Urja, Adhmari, Urja. So he asks Khan, Ud gayi? So Khan says, nahi yaar, ye bhi najais fayda utha rahi hai. So then Peter says, Chauhan ko bolo, use 10 round ka order de de. Run, commando, run. There's this kind of funny situation which is shown in the movie as well. Then, comes the difficult part, not the difficult part, the actual scene, where in this movie you see every aspect is shown. The shortcut part is shown, where corruption is shown. Then the camaraderie part is shown, buddy pairs. Then discipline is shown, that every order should be followed. Like doing the obstacles, it's every order. If you don't follow the order, you'll be punished. Then, eve teasing, or rather, chedkhani ladkiyon ki, is absolutely bad. And Fauji's are very, very strict as far as this is concerned. Certain ethics of life, the moral values of our Indian culture are followed very strictly in the defense forces. And where, there is this scene where there are 2 girls running, going for a jog, and these commandos are coming, are also running in their morning routine. And these girls are going from this end, and these commandos are coming from the other end. So they cross each other. When they cross each other, Khan लड़कियों को देखकर सीटी बजाता है. So, and fortunately that girl was me, जिसको देखकर ये सीटी बजाता है. And this girl, she gets annoyed and she looks back at him. Who's this person who's whistling, and that too in uniform? And this girl happens to be daughter of an Fauji officer. So when this girl goes home, reaches home after her morning jog, then she sees that Nana Patekar is sitting with her father having coffee in the morning. So her father, he gets up and he says, I want to go to the office, I'm getting late. And he gets up and goes to wear the uniform, and I sit with Nana Patekar to give him company. So Nana Patekar says, ask this girl, morning jogging? Yes, uncle, yes. Then this girl, gets very annoyed. She knows that, Nana Patekar is an instructor in the commando wing. So she says, uncle, ye aapke ganje hai na? And Nana Patekar suddenly takes it to the heart and says, ganje nahi, commandos. So she says, हाँ वही, सीटी बड़ी अच्छी बजा लेते हैं. लड़कियों को ऐसे घूर के देखते हैं जैसे पहले कभी देखा ही ना हो. He says, किसने बजाई थी सीटी? पता नहीं अंकल, सभी तो एक जैसे दिखते हैं. So then he says, कैसी थी सीटी? Then he gives 2-3 samples. He whistles and he shows. And then one of those whistles is the same whistle which that commando had blown. हाँ बिल्कुल ऐसी थी. And then he says, okay, and he goes and in the commando mission, he gives them a mission that, okay, you have to go into the jungle from point A to point B. You'll meet enemy at this place, this place. Now, in case you have to whistle, or in case, you not whistle, in case you have to signal each other that, there is danger ahead, there is danger here, there is danger there. How will you do it? So, one of them says, sir, whistle bajakar. जैसे कैसे whistle बजाओगे? Then each commando gives his namuna of whistle. The moment Khan stands up and whistles, the exact same whistle which he had blown at the girl, and then Nana Patekar recognizes his whistle. Bilkul theek Khan. And Khan gets, very happy that, look, my whistle has been chosen. Said, पूरे मिशन के ऊपर तुम्हारे पीठ पर 2 किलो की सैंडबैग होंगी. And then his face frowns and he understands, oh my God, now this is the punishment that I'm getting for whistling at the girl. Somehow it has reached Major Vijay Chauhan. And in this entire mission, he's there with these 2 sandbags, and the entire mission is shown, he's dead tired. Then he tells Peter कि okay, वो थका हुआ है, तुम उसे अपने पीठ पर ले जाओ. And नहीं, हाँ. Then he takes him on his, pick a bag on his shoulders and then carries him. And then Khan is very tired. Khan says, Pani, Pani. And the orders in the mission were, there is something called water discipline in Fauj. You have to follow water discipline, because if you have to go on a longer mission, you're supposed to drink water only when the commander says. There's certain kind of discipline. So, when they are going, these Peter, he feels very bad for Khan that he's been walking so long and he hasn't had water, plus he's got this 2 kilos of sandbags in his battle load. So he gives him water to drink, and Nana Patekar hears the sound of water dripping, and he comes there and says, Peter, ये क्या है? मेरा ऑर्डर था, जब तक ऑर्डर नहीं मिलेगा तब तक तुम पानी नहीं पियोगे. कोई वाटर डिसिप्लिन कहाँ गया? सो पीटर सेज कि सर वो बहुत थका हुआ था, इसलिए मैंने उसको पानी दिया. He takes the water bottle, throws away all the water of it, and then says, Nana Patekar says, okay, Peter, वो थका हुआ है, तुमने उसे पानी पिलाया, अब उसका बैटल लोड भी तुम लोगे और उसको कंधे पर भी तुम उठाओगे. पूरा, with everything, they both start walking. And this is too much for Peter. Peter can't take it anymore. And that evening, Peter decides that he is going to leave the commando course and go back to his unit. He can't do it. मुझसे नहीं हो सकता. And everybody, in the night in the barracks, they try to explain it to Peter that, look, Peter, this is not good that you're doing. Here there is a big lesson. Big lesson. Everything in the defense forces is done according to discipline. When something is told to you, you're supposed to follow it. And you're supposed to follow it. Because behind everything every order that is given to you, there's some kind of motive. Okay. Then they are told to, when Peter is deciding to leave, that is the time that Nana Patekar walks in. He looks at it. He said, घर जा रहे हो तुम? He says, yes sir, I can't do it. मुझसे नहीं हो सकता sir. And that is when, he decides that he should leave it. He looks at one of the photographs that he was putting in the bag. He says, कौन नहीं है? मेरी मंगेतर है. So he uses a very harsh word. And he says, उससे कहना कि वो किसी नामर्द से शादी कर रही है. No bias for all this. Please don't take it otherwise. But then the message that Nana Patekar wanted to convey to Peter is that, तुम बुज़दिल हो कि तुम सिर्फ इतनी बात पर ये कमांडो कोर्स छोड़कर जा रहे हो. डरपोक हो तुम. This was the only idea. This was the only emotion that Nana Patekar wanted to give. But he gave it in a harsh word. And Peter got the message. Peter understood the message. And the next day in the training again, Peter was there. This is how the entire commando course goes, where toughening of the soldier is shown, where every scene gives out a lesson. In the end, there is a real mission where a school bus is kidnapped and where there are terrorists, and these commandos are told to rescue these people. And in that mission, Peter loses his legs. So Peter is discharged from the army on military grounds, and that is when he goes back to Mumbai, and he's about to get married. His father has got a bakery in a locality, and he's about to get married to the same girlfriend, and he sends a invitation card to Major Vijay Chauhan that, sir, please come for my wedding. So Major Vijay Chauhan decides that he should go for his wedding. Again, camaraderie here is shown, in spite of being an instructor, after all, they are brother officers, brothers in arms. So the moment Nana Patekar reaches to the location in Mumbai, he finds that there is a funeral going on. And he's more than surprised, and he understands that it's Peter's funeral. And he doesn't understand what is going on. So then Peter's girlfriend, she comes along with one more lady and tells the entire story to Nana Patekar that, this was Peter's father's bakery, and in this locality there are these 4 gundas who come there, and ये हर बार हफ्ता इकट्ठा करते हैं. This hafta system is a probably new term for all of us. This is like, there are some gunda elements in the society, those who are lazy, those who don't want to work, जिनको easy money और fast money चाहिए रहता है, तो वो आकर लोगों को डराते हैं, धमकाते हैं और उनसे पैसे लेते हैं. This is their mode of earning. वो चाकू वाकू लेकर आते हैं, एक हद बंदूक लेकर आएंगे, छोटी सी रिवॉल्वर लेकर आएंगे, एंड लोगों को धमकाते हैं. And they take money from them and they live on that money. So there were these 4 gundas who had come there, and they were demanding for money from Peter's father, and Peter's father चुपचाप अपना पैसे निकाल कर दे रहे थे. This is what everybody does in the locality. That is what they were telling, कि लोग डर के मारे पैसा दे देते हैं. तो Peter's father was also doing. Peter tried to oppose. His father did not listen. He came out, tried to oppose to the gundas. He was on a wheelchair. Tried to oppose to the gundas. They didn't understand. They tried to fight him. And Peter and these 4 gundas ended up into a fight where Peter fell out from his wheelchair. And in that fight, one of the gundas picked up a huge stone and smashed Peter's head. This happened in the daytime in front of everybody of the locality. Everybody was watching. But the police got not a single witness. The police did not investigate because they were hands and glove with these gundas. Nor did Peter's father appeal to the police that please fight my son's case or reopen my son's case since it is closed. Nor did anybody have the guts to do so. This is the kind of society that we are living in. Here starts a real learning from the movie Prahar. And then Nana Patekar doesn't understand why did people do so. Nana Patekar goes to the police, asks them to open the case, takes this inspector, comes to the locality and says, you can ask anybody. They have seen Peter getting murdered here by these gundas. So this police, he goes to every home, asks them, आपको कोई तकलीफ है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है? नहीं साहब, नहीं साहब, गुंडे आए थे, पीटर को मार दिया था, हमको नहीं पता पीटर कैसे मरा. This was the answer that the people gave who were eyewitness to what had happened. And the police said, देखिए, आप इस झंझट में मत पड़िए, इन गुंडों के झंझट में मत पड़िए, आप मेहमान हैं, 4 दिन रहिए और चले जाइए. And Major Vijay Chauhan also gets frustrated. What kind of society are we living in? And then, this soldier, excuse me, is forced to think, is this the kind of society that we are putting our lives in danger for? Is this the kind of society that we are living for and we are protecting them from the enemy? And Then, uh, there is this scene where he goes to the press and tells the press that you put an article and open this case and things like this. So even the press says, Peter D'Souza का murder, वो तो murder नहीं था, वो तो suicide किया था. And even the press says the same thing. And there are some very scenes which open our eyes wide. When this Major Vijay Chauhan is talking to this editor, the telephone bell rings and he picks up the telephone, the editor, and he says, अच्छा चीफ मिनिस्टर को ठंडी लग गई, हाँ छापता हूँ पेपर में. He keeps down the phone and tells his reporter कि ये न्यूज़ जो है ये छापो पेपर में. So here again, a mirror is thrown to the media that look, media is only bothered about the politicians and things like this, but media isn't bothered about the common people, or rather, what is happening to the common society. Then, Nana Patekar, one day when he's there in the locality, these 4 gundas come and they ask for the same hafta. Nana Patekar asks them, क्या चीज़ का हफ्ता चाहिए आपको? So these people, these 4 gundas, they try to shoo away Nana Patekar, but then he stands there with a stubborn face and says, नहीं मुझे जवाब चाहिए. And they end up into a fight. This fight is very, very superb, Arjun. Not that it's a fight between a soldier who has learned unarmed combat and between these 4 gundas who just know how rowdies fight. But it is all the more important because the lesson that it gives us. When this fight is going on, there are about 60 to 70 people, those who are standing there and watching this entire tamasha. Here again, a wide message is given to the society कि आजकल हमारा समाज ये तमाशगीर हो गया है. हमें खड़े होकर तमाशा देखना पसंद है. एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है कहीं, हम फट से अपना मोबाइल निकालकर उसका शूटिंग करते हैं. कहीं पर झगड़ा होता है, किसी का खून होता है, तो हम हमारा मोबाइल निकालकर शूटिंग करते हैं. लेकिन हम कभी बीच में नहीं पड़ते क्योंकि हमें डर लगता है. हमें पुलिस का डर लगता है, हमें केस का डर लगता है, हमें लगता है हम अच्छे घर के लोग हैं, हम क्यों इस झंझट में पड़े. भगवान ना करे अगर ये कल को आपके किसी परिवार वाले के साथ हुआ तो फिर क्या आप कहोगे? तो फिर क्या आप यही कहोगे? और अगर आप ऐसा सोचते हैं कि हम इस झंझट में नहीं पड़ना चाहिए, तो फिर हम हमारी स्कूल में जो प्रतिज्ञा बोलते थे, ऑल इंडियंस आर माई ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स, वो किस लिए था? वो सिर्फ बोलने के लिए था? वो सिर्फ याद करने के लिए था? या वो मानने के लिए भी था? If all Indians are your brothers and sisters, then when one person is getting killed in front of your eyes, why don't your eyes open? Why don't you get into the between? Why can't 60 to 70 people take charge of 4 gundas? मेजर विजय चौहान को यही समझ नहीं आता है कि 60 लोग और 4 गुंडे, 60 लोग 4 गुंडों का सामना नहीं कर सकते. हम इतने डरपोक हो गए, हम इतने निष्क्रिय हो गए हैं, हम इतने सेल्फिश हो गए हैं कि हमें इससे क्या लेना देना. And then when this fight between Nana Patekar and 4 gundas is going on, there are some stones which are hurled, some stones are thrown, and Nana Patekar thinks कि those stones will, वो जो पत्थर हैं वो गुंडों की तरफ मार रहे होंगे क्योंकि बुरे वो है, मैं अच्छा इंसान. बट नाना पाटेकर को आश्चर्य लगता है ये जानकर और ये देखकर कि जो पत्थर आते हैं वो नाना पाटेकर के ऊपर आते हैं. और लोग नाना पाटेकर को कहते हैं कि तुम एक फौजी हो, तुम एक सैनिक हो, तुम्हारा काम है देश की सीमा की रक्षा करना. आज तुम यहां पर आए हो, हमें बचा रहे हो, लेकिन कल जब वापस जाओगे तब हमें कौन बचाएगा? अगेन, how helpless we are. We can't even take care of ourselves, our bodies. We need somebody else to take care of us. We always require the police to take care of us. We always require the government to take care of us. When are you going to learn to take care of yourselves? और आज तुम फौजी हो, यहां पर आए हो, हमें बचा रहे हो, कल जब वापस जाओगे तो हमें कौन बचाएगा? You have two hands, damn it, you have two legs. You have a voice. You can yell, shout, scream, you can hold, you can kick, you can do anything and everything. But why do we depend on people? Why do we always look for help? And look at this, bad attitude of expecting that always others should do something for me. What is your duty today? You always want that the government should do something for you. What is your duty today? You always want that the police should do for you. What is your duty today? As a citizen, are you fulfilling your duty? As a citizen, are you being righteous in your practical approach, in your logical approach? No. Then, the movie goes on where Nana Patekar is still in Mumbai. He's surprised by all these things. He doesn't know. Because in Fauj, we are taught that a soldier never quits till he's dead. And why are the people fearing merely 4 gundas? And those 4 gundas are not, that hefty or that strong that people should fear them. Then there is a scene where Nana Patekar is walking on the street and the shops are closed late in the night and there is this mannequin. So Nana Patekar suddenly looks at that mannequin and takes his, that commando wala stance, the self-defense stance. And he looks at the mannequin with anger and says, come on, kill me. Come on, kill me. This again is symbolic. The mannequin is symbolic to human beings. That today we've become so materialistic. We've become robot types. We've become machines. That we just know to get up, get ready, go to the office, earn money, come back to home, watch the television, sleep. That is it. We don't bother to take care of what is going on in my society, what is going on in my locality, what is happening to my neighbor, what is happening to my relative. We are not bothered about the country. देश में क्या हो रहा है, दुश्मन ने कहाँ पर अटैक किया है, हमने कहाँ पर क्या किया है. We are not bothered. We are least bothered about all these things. We become mannequins, we become robots. We become humans without any feelings, emotions, without camaraderie, without moral values. We become zero. And to these mannequins, this commando is saying, come on, kill me. Then there's another scene, where he gets a accommodation to stay in the same locality and where he's staying with a widow. And that widow has got a small child. And he's shaving early in the morning. And this small child comes with a cup of tea and keeps the tea. And looks at Nana Patekar's hand and touches here and says, Bapre, kitni takat hai uncle aap mein. So there's this beautiful sentence that Nana Patekar says. Beta takat yahan nahi, takat yahan hoti hai. Very beautiful sentence. This is where we become weak from in this life. When I talk to the youth, this is a very special message that I always give to the youth. And when I talk to the youth, I do find that they are mentally very, very weak. Physically, they might be very tough. Physically, they might be going to the gym, but they are very weak mentally. And it is an ardent need today that you should make the youth very, very strong mentally. Takat yahan par hoti hai. If you tell your brain that nothing is going to happen to you, believe you me, nothing is going to happen to you. If you listen to the story of Baji Prabhu Deshpande in Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's story, it's a wonderful example of yahan ki takat, mental robustness. Then the movie goes ahead where this widow is being troubled by again these 4 gundas. And then this becomes too much for Nana Patekar, and there's a last scene of the movie where Nana Patekar fights with these 4 gundas and practically kills them all. Naturally, there's a police case. And in the court, what Nana Patekar says is very wonderful. Wonderful sentence, which is said for each one of us, which he has said, so that each one of us should think. कोर्ट में नाना पाटेकर कहते हैं कि मैं एक सैनिक हूँ. मेरा काम है देश की सीमा की रक्षा, ये देश के दुश्मनों से करना। आज मैं जब देश की सीमा पर खड़ा होता हूं, तब मुझे पता है कि देश के उस पार का देश का दुश्मन है और देश के इस पार के मेरे देश के अपने सैनिक हैं, अपने लोग हैं, अपने देशवासी हैं। लेकिन आज मेरे देश की ऐसी नौबत आ गई है कि देश के उस पार का दुश्मन देश के इस पार आ गया है और मेरे देश को दीमक की तरह खोखला बना रहा है। ट्रू, आतंकवाद, भ्रष्टाचार, छेड़खानी, बलात्कार, स्वार्थी प्रवृत्ति, चोरी, डकैती, खून और न जाने कितने और बुरी चीजें जो दीमक की तरह खाकर मेरे देश को खोखला बना रही है। अगर सीमा के उस पार के दुश्मन से लड़ने की जिम्मेदारी हमारी है सैनिकों की, तो इस पार के दुश्मन से लड़ने की जिम्मेदारी किसकी है? When I give this lecture to the youngsters, to the small children in the Prahar camp, this is my probably the second day's lecture. And the first day's lecture, I give them this entire Fauji part training. I give them an elaborate manner so that they understand everything. And the second part, when I ask them this question, कि इस पार के दुश्मन से लड़ने की जिम्मेदारी किसकी है, तो all of them shout, हमारी है. And this is the answer which I want from the society today. But unfortunately, when there is this camp of the elderly children, the college-going children, those who stay with me only for a day, वो कहते हैं हम यहाँ के दुश्मन से लड़ने की जिम्मेदारी किसकी है? वो कहते हैं पुलिस की. So, again, everything we love to give the responsibility or shift probably the responsibility to somebody else. This is very wrong. अगर सब जिम्मेदारी अगर उनकी है तो तुम्हारी जिम्मेदारी क्या है एक नागरिक की? This is something that we should think. And then, Nana Patekar says a very beautiful sentence. This is my most favorite sentence of the movie. कि मुफ्त में मिली हुई आज़ादी को हम बहुत सस्ता समझते हैं. And then he says that, we are taught in the forge that a soldier never quits till he's dead. मैंने वही किया जो हमें फौज में सिखाया जाता है. And naturally the quote says that, that जो समाज की जो बुरी चीज़ें हैं उनका नाना पाटेकर के दिमाग के ऊपर उसने बहुत गहरा असर डाला हुआ है, जिसकी वजह से उनका मानसिक संतुलन खो गया है. एंड he has to be sent to a military hospital. And sitting in the military hospital, we are coming to the last part of the movie. Sitting in the military hospital, this is the vision of Nana Patekar. या हम अगर हिंदी में कहेंगे तो उनका दृष्टांत है ये कि he is looking out of the window and he is imagining a scene where he still thinks, after coming out from this psychiatric ward of the military hospital, what am I going to do? So he visualizes that I am going to train a team of small children. And that is his last scene of the movie, where thousands of small children who are naked, जो निर्वस्त्र हैं, वो दौड़ रहे हैं. And Nana Patekar in this commando uniform is running with them and shouting, "Come on, commandos, you are my tomorrow." And दौड़ते दौड़ते एक बच्चे के पैर में काटा जाता है. And the other kid, he takes out that thorn and looks at him, smiles and holds his hand and continues running. Then a small child, he tumbles and Nana Patekar picks him up and picks him in his hand and starts running along with the soldiers. And he gives the same lecture that he used to give to all the commandos on the opening day address. And that's the last scene of the movie. Now the message of the last scene of the movie is very beautiful. The message is कि नाना पाटेकर ये कहते हैं कि मैं जब यहाँ से बाहर आऊँगा तब मुझे एक ऐसी देश की नई पीढ़ी को मुझे ट्रेनिंग देना है जिनके बदन के ऊपर सामाजिक बुराइयों के कोई वस्त्र नहीं होंगे, जो निर्वस्त्र होंगे समाज की बुराइयों से. Those who will be absolutely pure by heart, because when we are born we are naked and we are pure. जिनमें आपस में भाईचारा होगा, प्रेम होगा, बंधुभाव होगा. So, taking inspiration from this whole movie, my father, late Colonel Sunil Deshpande, he decided to hang his uniform. He decided to take voluntary retirement from the army, took voluntary retirement in 1993, and to turn the visualized dream of Nana Patekar in the movie Prahar into reality, he decided to start the same social work in the society by name Prahar Samaj Jagriti Sanstha. संक्षिप्त में इस छोटे से वर्ष के बाद मैं अपना भाषण समाप्त करना चाहूंगी कि प्रहार ये क्या है. यू नो, इन स्मॉल वर्ड्स आई वुड लाइक टू से दैट दुर्गुणों का हनन, सुख शांति का आगमन, अनुशासित साहसी जीवन, सचेत समाज का गठन, नैतिकता का आचरण, बंधुभाव का प्रसारण, राष्ट्रभक्ति की का चिंतन, हम प्रहारी करेंगे जागरण, हम प्रहारी करेंगे जागरण.